Okay, this video is being recorded on Thanksgiving because I couldn't actually do a proper playthrough video today, but I want to go ahead and talk about something. Borderlands 2 has a video setting called physics. Now, normally, most players immediately turn this off whenever they actually learn how the game acts and how items can clip through the floor, it can cause frame rate issues, just a bunch of stuff that people don't really like, so everyone just turns it off. Especially people who have been so ingrained into the video game that they've decided to start playing with mods. So what if you used it with mods? I have not our Fight for Your One Life Axton. This is a completely different character. Hold on, I'll show you. As you can see, not Fight for Your One Life Axton. I know they're very similar, with varied similar quests and stuff, and it's definitely not a duplicate. As you can tell, this one has more playtime, which makes it completely unique. Now we are simply going to ask the question of what happens with physics on in this mod. Let me shoot a Redeemer once. We got one goop pile. Okay, that's actually pretty good. I was kind of expecting more goop. Interesting. You get little bits of goop that just kind of spread out. That's actually kind of cool. I do kind of like that. What if we do that with, like, fire? Okay, it pushes most of it out of the way. The Slaginator. Honestly, I'm not too surprised. Also, I guess it does just kind of delete particles. So, it's never going to go as crazy as you would want it to. What about this gun? This gun is weird. It just pushes it. That's weirdly more satisfying than I expected. So yeah, this is probably the result from a lot of things realistically. I was kind of hoping we'd be able to test out whether or not the game would just like crash or like just explode if you tried to mess with this. But weirdly, it's more tame than I was expecting. I can kind of just play like a Viscera cleanup kind of game here. Wait a minute. Hold on. So if I just put down a bunch of goop over here, can I just slowly just sort of push it away? Kind of. That's not the most efficient way we could go about that. Here, let's just use the overheater. Alright, one here. Just keep slowly pushing it towards the edge. That's satisfying. I don't know about you. Okay, the rest of it despawned. That's less satisfying. I don't know about you. That's weirdly enjoyable to me. I'm kind of a fan. Kind of weirdly like that. What about guns that have totally new unique elements? Like the Shrike. This does a unique element called Cell that is exclusive to this weapon. What are you? Okay, ow is what you are, but like, do you do anything? Doesn't look like it. That's fair. What about the Obliterator? Maybe the extra giant particles only really applies to like torque projectiles? Who knows? Or maybe I just have simply added too many particles to this map and now it's upset. Oh, there we go. What about a weapon like the Elementator? That's kind of neat. What if I just spam it? Okay, Borderlands 3 levels of particles. I like it. Wow, you could really just make someone's game sad with this. Hold on, I'm gonna actually like intentionally try to spam it out. Okay. So that's kind of rough, but honestly, I bet we could do worse. Let's go to Bloodshot, throw our turrets down, because, you know, they can do stuff. A lot of stuff. And then let's just shoot this thing, and then see if the game explodes. Oh yeah, we do have the moving tarps and stuff as well. Here, let's put down turrets. Start blasting. Oh. Okay, so the frame rate has dropped a little bit. Okay, so the frame rate's still dropping a little bit. It's fine. Just gonna keep holding it down. We play to win after all. Oh my goodness. When turrets decide to shoot, they really decide to shoot, huh? Okay. And suddenly I'm without turret. And the frame rate just magically increases a ton. Cool. Let's move into this room, where turrets will have more options of stuff to shoot. Oh my goodness. Kind of just want the game to crash at this point. This is really the main goal of this, is just to crash the game. The fact that it hasn't yet is honestly more impressive, considering normally Build 2 cannot handle much. So, like, I'm kind of impressed, weirdly. What about shrapnel? Not really. Shrapnel is a non-issue. Okay. Wow. When the game is running at its normal FPS, it feels incredibly fast now, because I am just used to that really bad FPS already. Okay. That's an interesting side effect of dealing with this. Turrets help. What? This sucks. I wonder if there's a way to affect the game files to allow for more particles. I don't think I should, considering what I'm witnessing right now. Let me do a quick snoop and see if there is. Okay, before we save quit to see if we can tamper with the game files, let's just watch our graphics card's temperature and see what it does with all of this. Huh. A whole lot of nothing. Okay, so it's probably actually just the game engine itself crying out in pain due to the fact that it was never made to function like this. Because my temps on everything are doing a-okay, and I really thought that maybe the graphics card would get a little toasty, but if anything, it's just doing its job well. Okay, so I'm not saying that this is going to work, but in your Documents Games BL2 Willow Game Config, your Willow Engine.ini, max fluid number verts. I'm just going to change this 1 to a 2, and then launch the game again, and then watch it explode. Did it work? I can't even tell. I don't think so. I guess, to be fair, it's a lot of individual particles, if it is correct, but I don't know. Okay, so I don't think the max fluid number verts is what we need to keep track of. Max particle vertex memory. Let's multiply this by 10. Alright. Oh, it, oh, hold on. So depending on where I shoot the floor, I'm getting more. I'm not truly sure, but it looks so cool already. What about these two down here? Physics GPU heap size and mesh cache size. Surely I... Okay. Alright, so don't mess with those. It does not like that. Got it. What if I mess with it a little? Come on. Please. No, okay. Cannot mess with this. Whatever it does, I don't know. Got it. Just gonna add a couple more zeros. Don't worry about it. Okay. It's back to resetting again. What? Why? That's so much more. That's a lot of goop though. Like, don't get me wrong. But why? What did I do? Did I enter such an absurd value that it just like has reverted? Or have I been doing nothing except for the placebo effect this entire time? Man, how do turrets feel about our discovery? Well, the FPS loves it. That's what really matters anyway. Okay. I think the weirdly surprising thing that we're learning is that outside of like it lagging because you totally expect it to lag, not a whole lot's really going on. The game's not like, the world's not exploding. The game's upset at me, but it's not exploding. The only other thing that I can think of, changing this true to a false. Check particle render size. This probably just won't even make the game run, right? Interesting. Oh, did I just get rid of all particles? I think that most of that warp screen is considered particle. Did I just get rid of particles? Oh. So, like, what about throwing grenades? Oh, those still exist. There's no explosion. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. This technically makes the game harder if you think about it, right? Because if you just... Okay, hold on. At least the menus don't count as particles. The lack of loading, okay. Wait, if I shoot these, like, wait. If I shoot these, do these instantly disappear? I don't even hit them. Okay, so these aren't tracked by that. Wait, is this just a more efficient way to play the game? If you have a really low-end PC, this might actually just be a move. Like, there's no particles to deal with. It's just straight Roblox-style gameplay. You just shoot vaguely at the enemies, and then they go away or they don't. Hold on, where's the sweet spot on my Redeemer? There it is. Wow, this sucks. That's so funny, though. There's no damage numbers because those are particles too, so you just have to go off of like... Oh, you can't even look at the cards. You can't look at item cards on the floor. Wow, this is rough. What have I made? Hold on. Outside of the fact that this is really funny, it probably... I guess it doesn't render the game unplayable. Because, like, you can still see items on the floor, walk up to them and, like, look at them, admire them, and then pick them up, and then look at them in your inventory. But that feels so silly. So, instead of, you know, doing the thing we wanted to do, we've secretly just optimized the game for low-end PCs. Weird. What about... hold on. What about a vampire? Oh. Yeah, that's cursed. It's just a transfusion without any particles at all. I really kind of hate that a lot. Having said that, I'm gonna go throw it at somebody, though. Ah, volunteers. Get them. You can't see it, but chaos is happening right now. Also a shotgun on the floor. You know, honestly, with this, just get rid of the HUD, too. Hold on. There. Now we have the ultimate gamer experience. You have no clue what's happening outside of just, like, guessing. Oh, hold on. You kind of have to re-up it yourself if you go down, but don't worry about that. Throw down turrets. Oh, this sucks. I mean, like, you can actually see the video game now, which is crazy. But, like, wow, this is horrible. Okay, so instead of having the intended result we wanted today, we've just accidentally optimized the game even harder somehow. I guess there's not really much else to say about it. If anyone knows a way to make physics allow you to have even more particles than it's supposed to at base, let me know. We can do a part 2 to this in the future eventually, but it still kind of worked, weirdly. I mean, it'd still have vanilla physics issues, because, you know, it's still physics, but, like, this kind of worked. Upsettingly. That's it. This is weird.